Why do people keep trying to hack my Pokerstars? What's that all about, man? It's very rude. One-time pin. So the scoop events today is a $11 109 and 1K. We'll be playing that. T-Forbes. There is a horse event, $22. Almost certainly won't be playing it, but if I've somehow got shared out of everything, I will. And then later on this evening at 8 o'clock, we have a 530, a 55, and a 550. I'll be playing all of those. Not a huge amount today. The Mondays tend to be the quieter of days during the scoop, giving people an opportunity to recover. Obviously, we don't have any day twos, unfortunately. All right, let's play a pot with Mr. Veltos. It's a spot where I'd want to squeeze a lot, but we're just going to call with King 10. We are going to bet with our King 10. And we're going to bet again. I think there's a chance that Lex has pocket queens, but if he does, we're going to find out about that. I think queens makes a lot of sense. Hand like queen 8 would make sense as well. That would potentially check the flop, but we'll find out pretty soon if that's the case. Obviously, we're hoping to just see a call. Unfortunately not. Nice fold if Mr. Veltos did fold with a queen. I am going to call. Obviously, this is a pretty good flop against Bjorn. It might actually be a board where we're meant to do some raising. I don't find... Remember earlier on when we did the 3-bet pots? Like, I just don't find the raises. Like, if they have an overpair, we're going to stack them every time. I just don't find the raises. But I'm going to try it, and we're going to look at it later on, and then it's going to be like, you never ever raise here. And I'm going to be like, God damn it. This is only from the review we did beforehand. Oh my God, I am a genius. I am the greatest player that has ever played No Limit Hold'em. Please get down on your knees and bow to me. I'm not 100% sure if it's a raise, but I'll take the bounty. I'll take the chips. And on this board, we are going to start with a bet on 10-10-5. If Hank decides to raise, I'm just going to 3-bet. Maybe when at the ace of spades, it's a call, but we're very, very deep, aren't we? We would do a lot of overbetting versus the one big blind and then call, but when the 9 of spades comes in, I think it's a reasonably tricky card to want to overbet. It's a long L tank. Not sure what that's all about, but unfortunately, when we have trips and the nut flush draw, we do not get any more action. All right, we have ace king in the Benny Miller 215. I'm in for Veltos having queens blind versus blind. Seems reasonable. We do get a limp from Insomnia. I know that some people incorporate limping strategies very good and very successfully, but for the most part, when I see this, I still tend to be like, all right, well, I would imagine this player is playing for fun. We're going to bet. Going to check the turn. I don't see much merit in betting. Like value betting flop. If they bet like pot, you're going to win the pot, mate. For 480 chips, I'm not prepared to fold. And on a river, it's kind of interesting. Do they find bets with like pocket 4s, pocket 5s, pocket 6s? Maybe. They did have ace queen, which honestly, like, not the most unreasonably played hand, to be perfectly honest. If either of these players open, we are going to mix between re-raise and call, but leaning towards re-raise at this stock depth. If Veltos decides to... I think with these suited ace-x hands, we're meant to lean towards call here. Obviously, not the worst flop in the world. We do flop the nut flush draw. We had the worst of it pre-flop, flop, turn, and a river. I'm going to go for it. How do you bluff here? Maybe if we have something like ace-jack with the ace of spades. It's hard for me to have too many offsuit hands to flat out the small blind, but that could be one way maybe. Hopefully they don't have a full house. I think they should probably go bigger with a full house, so dealing with a lot of 5x. If they have like, you know, 10-5, 10 of spades or something, which they should fold pre, but if they do have that, it could be a hand that they want to call. Flush over flush, we will take that. We have $100 in bounties. We cannot be far off the chip lead. As B. Derry says, the 215 is looking good. It is looking mighty fine. Very, very good start here. All right, and here they mini 3-bet me pre, so let's hope that we hit a king on the turn. They've got kings, and then we win all the chips. Easy game. Unfortunately, not so far. I am going to call again. They might come out with some very large bets, though, is the only thing we got to be very careful about here. Against half pot, it's a very, very easy call. Unlikely, but there is a possibility we have the best hand. Pretty unlikely we have the best hand on the river. My hand is a really nice bluff, but against a player playing the way this player is, it's just not going to be happening. We're just going to call here. Oh, super tempting. Oh, man, they might just call it off. There's no way they limp aces and check the flop. All right, greedy bastard. Greedy bastard! You big fat bastard, you greedy bastard! Over here, we have the ace and the ace, where we have a 200 big blind stack. Not quite the chip leader, apparently, which is quite obnoxious. And we're very deep against this player, so we are going to have a, I'd say, reasonably sized re-raise at this stack depth. It's kind of spot where we're just probably going to empty, right? This could be a very fucking big problem. I don't think they have queens pre-flop, but they might. Pocket nine's definitely a possibility. Queen nine suited, you know, it's a pretty good turn card if that's what's going on here. Obviously, if they have like king queen here and they check the river, that's whatever. But I think if I check shove, they'd most likely fold it anyway. So, I mean, mate, like, if you have pocket nines or queen nine, you are gonna get my chips. I actually don't know if aces is great blocking ace queen. Just being perfectly honest, because that's what we want them to have. But like, would they really value this many chips with ace queen? I don't know, man. Hopefully they have kings. I don't know. All right, we're up to 23,000 chips. They did have the ace queen. That's like the reason I'm not 100% sure if having it's good. Like when you're calling, like, it sounds stupid, but it's just like we're hoping that they're value down an ace queen, and like we have two aces in our hand. You know, I don't know, man. And we'll come back there because we are raising in the 215 Benny Builder with the king and the king. We are just going to go ahead and shove here in the Benny Builder 215. Alright, well, this is quite the large pot if we can manage to avoid the ace on the river. Beautiful stuff, mate. Bloody beautiful. Pretty clean run so far in the Benny Builder 215 here. We are the booty daddy. We are not quite the chip leader, though. Alright, we have two tens here. Going to re-raise. It's only a $50 Benny, so we won't be losing our mind here, but obviously would like to get it. Oh my god, I nearly timed out. Nearly timed out, which would not have been great. It's actually a really nice squeeze spot just because of this. Wow, this is a big pot. Boys and girls, in the Benny Builder 215, the 10s obviously will be lovely to hold here for 30,000 chips and $75. Tings you absolutely love to see. 46,000 chips. Who the booty daddy? Who the booty daddy? Not me, apparently. Okay, no problem. I just wanted to say who the daddy. That's the truth. The secret's out. $325 in bennies. Very, very, very comfortable chip lead. And here we are calling all in the Benny Builder 215. It is kings versus ace queen. Ah, the Kevins. The fucking Kevins. Here we have to work out if we are going to call with king 10 suited versus $112. It's like 8 more big blinds in the middle. I think we are going to be calling here. I think we are going to call. I think it's very close, but hopefully we can win. Fucking hell. Alright. We call it the king 10. Unfortunately, the first kind of major setback here. We are still 7 out of 28. We are going to overbet this turn. Against getting pawned, and we are just going to take it down. We have ace king suited over here in the Benny Builder 215. And we are going to be playing for an $87 Benny, and not an insignificant 20 big blinds either. Obviously, blue cards would be class. Not going to be happening. We are just going to be chopping it up, which is a little bit boring. And up here, we're going to have to call. Big pot. $112 Benny. Maybe tournament defining pot in the Benny Builder 215. Just got to avoid the 7. That is about as good as it gets on the flop. B-E-A. Beautiful. We are back up to 38,000 chips. We get another $112. And that is just... mwah, love it, mate. And I'm going to go up here for a moment. Because we are in... We got the fold in the 1K, so we'll stay here. Playing pots in the Benny Builder 215, getting quite close to the cash monies. I think very standard to start with a call here. Not going to be folding the turn either. If they go all in, it's very, very, very ugly. And they might go all in. Don't think we have a huge amount of 6s here, to be honest. I think we're going to win against checks, though. Alright, nice. We're up to 42,000 chips. Pretty happy with that, got to be honest. Going to go back there in a moment. We are going to make it 10 big blinds here. 7 spots away from the cash. Not the greatest flop that I've ever seen in my life. We faced a double barrel over there in the 1K and we fold. It's kind of interesting. We are going to bet. Obviously, if getting pawned does not fold the flop, it could get pretty tricky immediately. Because they're going to have some pretty strong hands here. You got to take into consideration we're on the direct bubble right now. It's not a fun spot, right? I block 9-10 suited. I block stuff like Jack 9 that might be floating. I think it's going to be quite difficult for me to rock up with the best hand here very often. I'm actually just going to fold, which is it's pretty tight, but I think it's going to be the right decision. Obviously, they could have like ace 8 or something, but it seems incredibly unlikely. I'm gonna fold. Don't tell anyone. I just think nines in particular is a bad hand, but I could be wrong. Pretty sure if we ran that through a solver, it's not gonna fold. But I just think that this person's, you know, they're not gonna show up with enough bluffs there. Not gonna have enough floats versus that size three ways, and also into consideration that this range is a lot stronger than usual because of the bubble. That I'm just gonna make a pretty tight fold. All right, if we see a queen or a jack or a nine or an ace, we are gonna be in the cash money. He's in the Benny Builder 215. We take it. 31 big blinds. Now it's time to make the final table. It's time to hear the national anthem. And we will go back up to the deepest room we have right now. We are 4 out of 11. This is the final table bubble. Fun stuff. Dearie me. Very, 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 very greedy stuff here. Outrageously greedy. I think 75% pot might be better there. Probably need to have a tree to be doing that. Just a little naughty, innit? Alright, boys and girls. The last time we made a final table, you didn't hear anything. This time, alright, we have 37 big blinds. We're on the final table of the Benny Builder 215. Bounty Builder 215. I have 8 tables right now, so I'm not going to be able to get the payouts, but it is $2,000 plus up top. Alright. We got a few things we got to change. Where is it? Where are you at? Maniac 2000. Yeah, funky, yeah. Oh yeah, that's a little bit better for a final table, isn't it? Da 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 da. It's not quite the same as the lights, is it? She was a sexy lady. She had to get her thrill. How'd she get him? How'd she know? She's in for fried. She said greetings. So tight. It has no meaning. We bring this groove to you. Now move to the groove. Are you ready? Alright, we win a little pot. We'll take that all day long. Thank you very much. We're gonna fold. Seems like she never did before. Side to side like you just don't care. Oggy. Oi. Alright, we're 4 out of 8. We'll take it. We gotta update the final table counter actually. Trophy tracker. Final table counter. 60. Baby, rocky dance for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Take this house to the... like she never did before. Alright, we have queens on the final table. I think we are fine. We're making 6 bigs. Could be wrong, but should be fine. Alright, 8 tables, 1 a final table. Bit of crack. It's all kicking off on the final table. Ace King versus Jacks, an ace or a king, and we will get some ladders. No aces, no kings, no ladders, no bother. We are 5 out of 8. There is about $4,000 up top. We are going to bet in the Benny Builder 215. Obviously, pretty premium flop. We are betting the turn. I'd say you really appreciate the break when you play 8 tables. Ah, man, honestly, I love it. Final table already? Well, we've been streaming for 5.5 hours, but yes, already. These are the only 2 people that cover me in the tournament. For the minimum, I can't fold. Famous last words, Finty boy! Famous last words indeed. Absolute mayhem, boys and girls! Alright, so we see a bet and we see a call. Honestly, not even feeling too great about our King 10 right now. I think if Speedy bets, I will probably wave the white flag. So congratulations if you find a bluff. Not many people will in this situation. Ugh. Very, very, very tight. Final tables in it, bruv. Good fold on the turn, Fint. Good fold on the turn. I don't think they're as good with ace nine of diamonds, to be perfectly honest. I think it is quite poor, but it made me fold, so congratulations to them. We do see an all-in. It is a straight versus King Jack. King Jack is out there for a $462 bounty. Not going to be calling here for a $50 bounty. I think that is pretty straightforward. We're going to 3-bet. Alright. Alright. We have 27 big blinds. We're going to be folding here. God damn it. We are raising on the final table. Obviously, we would like to see an all-in here when we are holding the Kevin Cleans. You got away with it earlier on, buddy, but if you lose on the final table, you're in all sorts of trouble. Let me tell you that right now. Not sure what this flat call is all about, to be perfectly honest. Obviously, not a very good flop at all. Still not looking great. Possibly got there. Alright, 6-3 getting it done. I didn't see the action, but that is a pretty large pot, and we are all of a sudden down to 6 players. Alright, we have King Queen suited. I'm actually going to shove this over this player. Like, they're opening as wide as King Deuce off and shit, so I think it's a reasonable one to take. Of course, a little bit sad if we get called, but I think I gotta be taking this spot against them. Could make an argument for calling, potentially. I will feel a little bit hard to buy if they have a better hand than me. If this folds to me, if these two players were to fold, we will be all in. And I think it is pretty standard. Obviously, it would be pretty fun if Speedy folds. I'm not going to shove over Speedy with this hand, though. I think it's a good spot to be shoving a lot, so probably a good adjustment being made by them there. And I just got to fold this. Like, I can't open because they get to just absolutely destroy me if we open here and then the other 3 short stacks fold. Not really the spot where we want to be raise calling either. Alright, we do see the all in. It's only for a $50 bounty, so they shouldn't really be going for it too wide, but scummy little 4 on the river is going to have us down to 5 players. Ace-8 versus Ace-6. It's not going to be a chop very often. Never going to be a chop. Ace-8 getting it done. We are down to 4 players. We're just going to fold. Back to the final table where we've got 4 players left. T Forbes is licking his lips at the prospect of me actually managing to get another 3rd place in this tournament. We have an outrageous amount of 3rd places this year. Not going to be defending with 9-6 off. We are guaranteed 1k plus this, which means we've cashed for almost $1,500. Hopefully, we have a double on the cards. Mostly to shut T Forbes up. Alright, 10s versus Ace-Jack. Fuck. I don't think that's a call. I mean, I could be wrong. Maybe, actually. Maybe. Alright, we get 4th place. Am I happy that I got 4th place and it shuts T Forbes up? Maybe. Possibly.